friends. So, I've been debating all week. Well, not all week. Since Wednesday. Do I record a podcast or not? So I'm not okay. I'm not okay with what happened on Wednesday. And of course, want to be careful with what you say, what you put out on the internet. I'm very upset with what happened. And debated about not even putting a podcast out there. But then yesterday it hit me, sometimes we just need a mental health break from the news. Things are just, they're just so crazy. So, I'm putting this out there for you, my friend. If you need a break from the news, I hope this helps you, okay? And just know that I'm praying. If you need anything, let me know. If you need prayers for anything, let me know. I will be praying for you. So with that, shall we get started? So, Happy New Year, friends. Welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 49. Now, I have my notes. I was going to be doing a podcast in the beginning of December, and then I just decided, let's do Vlogmas instead. Totally spur of the moment, but I had so much fun doing it. Yay! Let me get back into the routine of what I say, because it's all gone. So, my name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. And you can find all my yarny goodness because I love to crochet, I love to knit, love to sew, learning some of those things still. But you can find all of that on my social media. There are links down below. I also have a blog. All my show notes will be on there. Patterns that I talk about, yarns that I talk about, especially specialty yarns. They will be in the show notes on my blog if you have any questions. So yeah. Welcome any new viewers. Glad you found me. Please hit the subscribe, like, comment, all of that. And returning viewers, hello again. I'm glad you're here. So, let's grab a drink and your project. Let's get started, shall we? So, last year, instead of doing resolutions, I try to pick a word and just focus on that word for the year. It's something that I saw somebody else do, and I thought, that's a good idea. So this was, last year, I think it was my third year doing that. I haven't picked my word for this year yet. Still thinking about it. But last year's word was victory. Like, let's celebrate the victories. And boy, do we need to celebrate victories last year. Oh my gosh. That was just... But that is one big victory, I have to say, is we made it through 2020. We made it. And we made it through the first week of 2021. It's a victory, right? So yeah, with the beginning of this year, it's just, I feel like it's been one thing after another, especially in our household. So those of you who watch Vlogmas, you know that Ryan and I were in an accident. I don't know if I'd really call it an accident because nobody was hurt. No, I mean, there's a little damage to our car. So this week was the whole stress of getting that into the shop, filing the claim, dealing with only one vehicle. That's fun. Yeah, it was, whoa. And then Tuesday, started a load of laundry before I left for work. It's like, okay, we'll be fine. You know, because I had already had a bunch of laundry to do. And when I got home, Ryan was like, the washer broke, and it just kept, we think the valve on the washer that controls the water broke, and he said it was just pumping water in and in and in and in and into the washer, and so our basement flooded. Not bad, like, but great. And then so we had somebody come look at it. It was a lady from church, actually. She can fix anything, and if she doesn't know, she gets on YouTube and she figures it out. But we're like, well, and then if we're like, well, if Linda can't fix it, then she knows a way to get a cheap, we would be able to get a replacement washer for a reasonable price. So we're still working on the washer, seeing if we can figure out what's wrong with it. The whole inside part of where all the buttons are, the console, it was flooded, so we had to wait for everything to dry out. So we're still waiting to figure out what's going on. So last night was spent at the laundromat. We have to go again this week. So yeah, part of me is just like, life is stressing me out. I have a huge headache right now. But let's talk about yarny goodness, shall we? If you could see the yarn around me right now. Yeah. Okay, so finished objects. I have one to show you. I finished my Christmas Eve cast on. I finished it January 1st of 2021, but I'm counting it as another pair of socks that I finished in 2020. So that brings my total to 11 for 2020. 11 pairs of hand knit socks. Yeah. So here they are. Ta-da! So when I showed them on Vlogmas last time you saw, I was only to here. And I just knit all the way up. I didn't do them as long as I usually do, just because I wanted to get them done. So yeah, I did a mix match pair, so my toes are different, and then my cuffs are different as well. The pattern that I use for all socks is the Basic Toe Up Sock by Wendy Pronger Geckner, who is a friend of mine. And I always use a 2.5 millimeter needle. I use 40-inch cable needle, circular needles, and I do my socks 2 at a time. So yeah, here they are. They're all washed and blocked. The ends are not sewn in yet, but they will get there. I did want to point out, I don't know if you can see this here and this here. I decided to knit a code into my socks. I don't know, there's a thing that went around about, it's been going on for several years, about women who knit codes into socks and scarves and all that kind of stuff during Nazi occupation. So I just looked up Morse code and put a little code into my socks. It's a secret from me. Anyway, the yarn that I used. This is Knit Picks Stroll. I got a bare skein, so I dyed it myself. The colorway that I chose to name this is Tea Party on the Ceiling, which is a Mary Poppins, nod to Mary Poppins. And then the brown contrast heels, toes, and or just the heels, or not heels, the toes and the cuffs. This brown is another one that was dyed by me, and I named it A Wooden Leg Named Smith. So yeah, I'm not a yellow fan, but I just love these just because it's Mary Poppins. Come on. Anyway, oh, and I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel for the heels. So yeah, oh, and my progress keeper is a wreath. See if focus. A little wreath with a blue gemstone there. Got that from Claudia from Crochet Luna. Anyway, socks done. Now on to makes in progress. I call mine makes in progress because I don't like to consider them work. They're something that I do for fun. So we'll go ahead with the knitting. We'll keep the knitting going. I have a pair of socks that I started January 1st. So I started these socks, got through the toe, and then I pulled out my other socks to finish. But my friends Gabby and Leticia, hi ladies, they, Gabby first of all challenged me to knit a pair of socks every month for the year 2021. So we've decided to make a group, it's like we have a Facebook group going. I may add it to my Ravelry group page, link in the show notes. So yeah, we're doing a pair of socks every month for the year of 2021. These are my January socks. They are living in this bag, which I made myself. It says faith, hope, love, all throughout. I was working on these in Sunday school today, and I'm almost done with one round. But anyway, so the yarns that I'm using for heels, toes, and cuffs, there's this lovely gray. It is From Me to Yarn, and the colorway is called Stone. It was a mini that I got at my local yarn shop, Llama Llama Ding Dong. The main color is dyed by me. I think this is Lion Brand Saki's, I can't remember what the base was. Anyway, so there they are. Beautiful purples and blues, and there's some green and pink in there as well. This colorway I named The Place Where the Lost Things Go, which is my favorite song from the new Mary Poppins movie, Mary Poppins Returns. These I dyed in the heat of the summer, so lots of sunshine baked into this color. And this is where I am so far. Like I said, I do my socks 2 at a time. So for January 1st, this is how far I got on the first day. That's why this progress keeper is here. This is a snowflake with a little charm. That is also from Claudia from Crochet Luna. And then, of course, I don't know if you can see, I did decide to knit a little code. A little special something to myself. But yes, look at these colors though. Here, I'll show you the non-code side. Oh, I just love how pretty this is working out. So excited. Also, I painted my nails last night. I'm not sure I like this color combination, so it may be changing this afternoon. We'll see. Anyway, so those are my January socks. Oh, and the hashtag for the group is SocksBox2021. And yeah, I did 11 pairs last year. I can do 12 this year, right? And then the only other work in progress I have going right now, actually no, that's a lie. I started one yesterday. I'll talk about it next time. Anyway, so this is the Eva cardigan, and I have to say Eva like Wally, so I remember to say it correctly. This is by Rebecca Langford. It is a very nice, looks warm and cozy kind of cardigan I like. I did finish the back panel. Yay! Alright. So I think the last time you saw it, I was in the middle of the linen stitch, and then I did the ivory, and then the denim. It's huge. Oh, I didn't even tell you. Yarns that I'm using is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK. This is the colorway Denim. Oh. And then Ivory and Linen, which is a very pale gray. I am working on the front side panel. This is how much I got. So yeah, I think this will be getting a lot of love at the beginning of February when the phones are crazy. I don't think I'll want to be working on socks at work just because it'll be crazy. Tax season and all that. So yeah, so I will be working on that a lot then. My other work in progress, I started another crochet iconic woman. I started Jane Goodall. I don't have much to show you on her. Plus, I feel weird showing progress photos of these women. Like, I feel like I'm showing them undressed. I don't know, I just feel like it's disrespectful to them. It's just how I feel. Anyway. So that is all that I have been working on. So, there's some things I need to talk to you about. I basically, you know, we've been working on clearing out the clutter in our house. So I went through my yarn stash. And I went through my pattern stash. And I have enough stuff to get me through this year. So I'm putting myself on a yarn ban. I'm putting it out there right now. I'm doing a yarn ban at least through 6 months, through June. I'm not going to buy any yarn. I don't need any yarn. As much as I want it, I don't need it. Mostly because, one, we're trying to get our finances in order, pay down our debt, all of that, so we can go book another cruise because we want a cruise. This week, actually, last year we were planning to leave for our cruise, so we're just like, we want to go again, we can't wait. So that is one of the main reasons why I am not going to buy yarn, is because I want to go on a cruise. So I have to keep telling myself that. Cruise, you want a cruise, you don't need that yarn. That being said, I do have 2 skeins coming to me that I bought before I decided to do this yarn ban. There's some that I ordered, and then there's another lady, a viewer here, who wants to do a swap kind of thing. So technically I'm not buying it. So anyway. I think I also need to extend it to a fabric band. Like, I don't need to be buying all this fabric either. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. I have a big file of patterns. I will pull it out, pull out a pattern. I will find the yarn that is ready. Like, these are ready to go. I have the yarn for it. These patterns are ready to be started ASAP. So this is what I'm going to do for 2021. All right. So first pattern that I have up here is the Joy of Motion Crochet Classic Raglan Top. So this is what it looks like. It's just a plain worsted weight raglan short sleeve sweater. Worsted weight, yeah, because she used jeans yarn, so that is worsted weight. I have bought some yarn years ago, ready to start a sweater, worsted weight sweater. Now, yeah, like, I have the cardigans that I made out of the same brand of yarn, and they're very warm. So I'm like, do I really want to make a full sweater out of that? Yeah, we'll just go ahead. So it's gonna be short sleeve. I can make it longer if I want, because hey, it's my pattern, right? So I did go get more yarn right after Christmas, just because I needed a couple more colors to fill in the stripes, because I'm going to do striped sweater. You know what I mean. So I'm just going to I have a sweater's quantity worth of these colors. I'm just going to pull out one skein of each to show you what it will look like. And excuse the rustling of the bags. Okay, so we have one color, two color, three, and four. Ta-da! So, actually, it's kind of like the colors I've got right now on my blurred line sweater. Anyway, so I bought this lavender and this green color like 3 years ago to make a sweater, and then just wasn't finding this sweater pattern that I wanted for it, so it just sat in my stash. And then I decided I wanted to add some more color to it, just to give it some more oomph. So these are what I bought to go with it. So this is Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn in the color Light Sage. I bought it, so this was my thinking behind this. Kalisha had made a sweater. She was even going to release the pattern, but I don't think she's gotten around to that, which I totally understand, Kalisha. Don't feel pressured. I have another pattern, but she had said something about she wanted to make a sweater with, or socks that were with her birthstone color, which is a purple, and then her favorite color. So I was like, well, you know, I don't mind my birthstone color. It's not too bad. It's not my favorite color. So this is my birthstone color pretty much. And then my favorite color, obviously, purple. So yeah, this is I love this yarn in the colorway Amethyst. And then I got this, it's not as red in real life, it's more of a bluish purple. And it's showing up on screen. But it is Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway Dark Orchid. And then I got Big Twist from Joann in the colorway Dark Denim. So it's not quite navy. So, yeah. So I have a stripe sequence that I'm going to do for that. So that is my Joy of Motion Classic Raglan. Then we have this lovely one from Repeat Crafter Me. This is a moss stitch shawl. She used a Caron Big Cake, I think is what she used for it. So it's just a triangle shawl with using a moss stitch. I pretty much just printed that off so I know how to do the increases in the right place and all that. But mine is going to be a scrappy shawl. I don't know if you can see all that in there, but it's all my fingering weight. Leftovers, my cabbage, if you will, if you want to go by sewing terms. So this will become a moss shawl, fingering weight, scrappy moss shawl. And it's living in this bag made by me, which this fabric is very similar to something that my grandma made for me. So it's a very special bag. Okay, the next one is Hotel of Bees. Now I have done this one before. I love this pattern so much. I loved working with it. But the shawl that I finished, my finished object, it's just not what I want. Like, I picked colors that were similar to what she used, which aren't my colors. The yarn that I use, I just don't really like the yarn either. So I decided I'm going to do it differently. And let me see if I can find the yarn for it. It is in here somewhere. Nope, that's not it. Ah, here we go. I'm going to use Shawl in a Ball. So I found this at Michael's. Got this at Michael's. It was on clearance. I got this colorway as well. So we got the pink and the purple and the gray. This is Mindful Mauve. This one is Community Coral. And then I have a third color that will go in there, which my friend Sharon, hi Sharon, she's from church. She had this in her stash and she's like, I'm never going to use this. So I'm like, well, hey, that'll work for my Hotel of Bees. So this one is Feng Shui Gray is the colorway of that one. That is my Hotel of Bees. I then have this one. Which I'm like, yes, please. I just don't know. I'm doubtful about the yarn that I have. So this one's going to be on the back burner for a while to make sure I have the yarn that I want for this. But it is the Descent Cowl by Carissa Browning. So this is in homage to RBG. I do have some DK yarn. I just don't know if those are the colors I want to use. Anyway. So then the next one that I want to show you, I have done this one before and I gave it away, so but it is the Kelsey shawl by Lacey Boudry. Oh, she's hooked on owls. Yeah, it is a very lovely asymmetrical shawl. The yarn for that is this one. It is Yarn Bee Delish Boutique in the colorway Almond Bark. These are not my colors, but for some reason I found these soothing. Decided I wanted to do the Kelsey shawl in this one. Next, we have another one that I have done before. I love this pattern. I love this cowl that I made, so I'm gonna make it again. It is the Elemental Triangle Cowl by Lorraine Eppolite. I had issues trying to link it in the show notes that I've already started. So hopefully you can still get to this. If not, I can put directions on how I got to it. But the yarn for this one is here. Like I said, there's yarn and there's here. It is Red Heart Huga Charm. At Hobby Lobby on clearance. This is the colorway Evening Star. So it is again, it's showing up more red than what it is in real life, but it's a sparkly purple. Okay. Oh, I got notes all over this one. Hold on. The next one I have talked about quite a bit over these last few months, weeks, however. It's the Waru shawl. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I cannot wait to get this one started. I think this is the first one. Like I will be winding up the just dropped all the patterns. Okay, first I'll show you the yarn, then I'm going to pick up everything. So these are the yarns. I'm going to do a 4-color shawl this time. I did 3 last time. But here are my colors. And this is the order that they will be in. Whoa. You see it? Okay? Alright. So this is Treasure Goddess yarn in the colorway City of Fountains. This is ND Yarn Company, which I used her yarn in my last Waru shawl. This is the colorway Soft Petals. This is Jojo Lamb Ballad in their color Deep Lavender, but then I dyed over it just to give it some depth. So I renamed it to Yzma, who is the villain in Emperor's New Groove, because she's an awesome villain. And then this one is let's see, it's RMR, which I think they're new, a new dyer. They're new to my local yarn shop. This is in the colorway Violeta Deslumbrante. My tongue does not do Spanish at all. But it translated means dazzling violet. So those are my colors for Waru. Now let me pick up this mess I made. Okay. So when I finish with my Eva cardigan, I'm going to start the striped short sleeve sweater raglan top. And then when I'm done with that, I have another sweater. I've had this pattern printed out for a while. I had trouble finding it again. I think I found it. Anyway, it's a free pattern. It's the Color Black sweater. There they have it in 3 colors. I'm just going to do 1 color. But it's a DK weight. Yeah, it calls for a DK weight yarn. Anyway. Oh, give it to me. I will be using this lovely color. It is a Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK in the color Magenta. This hot pink. Love it. That one I'll show you later. Then when I was visiting my parents, so we went up Christmas Day and came back home, and then I went back up and spent a couple days with my family and decided to, and I got to hang out with the dog, and she's just so tiny, but they had bought her a Christmas sweater and it just doesn't fit. So I found leftovers from my Christmas cardigan, so we can match. Me and the dog can match in our Christmas sweaters. So that will be a project for this year. And then, let's see, I'm getting to the end here. Actually, this is the last one. This is a pattern I got a long time ago, and I started working it up. I thought, this isn't working out right. But then after, it's just like it has a weird little bump as you start. So just need to get over that. But this one, a lot of people have done. It's the Crisscross Shawl. It's by Faye Dashber Hughes. She is the Crochet Circle podcast. Yeah, it's really pretty. I am going to be doing mine in 3 colors. I haven't figured out exactly how I want those colors to work up just yet. I'm using the Loops and Thread wool-like yarns. I have red and white and black. So it'll be kind of like a Minnie Mouse kind of shawl that I can take on my cruise. Okay, get back in there. And it is living in Made by Me bag. Wonder Woman. Okay, so get things kind of out of the way here. Okay, so that is pretty much all of my crochet projects. I also went through all my sock yarn. I have this lovely basket. And of course, because it's all wool and we have had moths, thankfully none have eaten any of my stuff, like poor Kalisha. Sorry. But yeah, I tried precaution first, right? So I went through all of my sock yarn. Like, okay, I'm getting ready to do a big challenge, try to do 12 pairs of socks within the year. So I went through, pulled everything out. I have enough yarn already to do 12 pairs of socks. And then some. And that's not even including the 2 skeins that are coming. So the one I ordered, it is Friends yarn. The colorway is called I'll Be There For You. I did watch her podcast. It is Night Owl Fibers. She does have a podcast, and so I watched her podcast, and she was saying how she was going to do a club every month. Like, so every month there's going to be a new Friends colorway. And I'm like, oh, I'm on a yarn band. I am on a yarn band. I'm on a yarn band. Anyway, so shall we go through all the sock yarn that I'm going to be working up? Alright, so we'll start with this one that's on top. These are mini skeins I bought a couple of years ago, and they've been sitting in my stash forever. I got them in Michigan. This is Shepherd's Wool. It is the colorway Pansy. And this one is Mountain Colors in the colorway, where's that? Oh, West Michigan Blooms. So these will be together. They will probably be mismatched socks. And they will probably be shorty socks. This one here will obviously again be shorty socks as well. This is from Leading Men Fiber Arts in the colorway New Day. I had to find the band for this one. I believe that this is sock yarn. Just judging from the feel of it, I think it is sock yarn, so it'll be fine for socks. And then I also have this much left over from my Love Knots. This dyed by the ladies of my knit night. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. It doesn't necessarily have to be in my sock box this year. Then we'll go to this one. These are going to be my February socks. I've already decided. This is dyed by me. This is the colorway 6, the musical. It is the colors that all the ladies, the queens, 6 queens of Henry VIII, these are the colors of their costumes. And I just figured Catherine Howard died in February, so why not make socks? Anyway. So, there's a pair of socks. Here's another pair of socks. This is my, again, dyed by me. There was just a bunch of leftover dye sitting around when we were dyeing yarn, and so I put it all together, and it's like, oh, this looks like Disney villains. That's my Disney villain. There's that one. Then these go together. This is my Lori Lulu colorway, and then I made this one to go with it for heels, toes, and cuffs. I can't remember if I named this one or not. Anyway, yeah, I really like how that deep purple there. Go with that one. And then I have this. I'm not sure. It's 50 grams, so I wouldn't be able to really get a whole, like 2 pairs of socks, unless they're shorty socks. Found this on clearance at Hobby Lobby. It is the colorway Cameo Colors. It's Patent Croy socks, or Peyton Croy, however you want to say it. And then I have this colorway that I dyed myself. These will be a pair of socks. Again, I don't know why I keep saying that. I call this one Royal Dalton Music Hall, which is Mary Poppins Returns. And then also in this bag is 2 skeins of Patton's stretch socks in the colorway Spumoni Stripes. My friend Leticia gave these to me. Hi, Leticia. So I have 2 of those. So they're both 50 grams, so I think that'll get like a pair of socks out of that. I found this not dyed yet. What? I'm gonna have to go dye again. But I'm not sure what color I want to do these. So I'm holding on to them till I know for sure exactly what I want to do with them. But in here, I have this one, which is Plymouth yarn, Mayflower yarn, sock yarn in the color 5103, which is actually Lake. It's a really pretty mint with purple speckles. And then this one is sock yarn as well. It's Mayflower DK sock yarn though, so it'll be thicker socks. This is in the colorway chocolate, or as it says on the band, 5108. Okay. And then last but not least, these are not going to be socks, but they are part of my yarn stash, so I figured I'd show you. This is from Lether company in the colorway April Showers. And I got this as a gift from Rose Likes Crochet. And she sent the booklet that came with it. And the shawl in here, it's called April Showers Shawl. So it's more of a shawlette. So yeah, I will be doing that in April. Why not? And then I have this one that is another dyed by me. I think I'm going to make a hat out of this. I'm going to knit a hat out of this one. I had trouble coming up with a name for this one, so I decided to call it Tulips in the Snow, because tulips are my favorite. And I like it when they pop out of the snow. Anyway, so those are that. That is all my yarn. Actually, no, it's not all my yarn. That's all the yarn I have a project for. So I have a lot to do this year. I have a lot to do. And now it's all over the floor. Because like I say, podcasting is messy. Anyway. So I hope you have, actually, before I sign off, all that yarn doesn't even include the yarn that I have for the Crochet Iconic Women. Does not include the yarn for my designs that I want to do, that I'm going to finish this year. I will be putting out a call for testers soon. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope this was a great little break for you. It was for me, just to go through yarn and the potential that it can be. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you later. God bless. Bye.